Aglorev Magazine Live is brought to you by
Beroga Leilani's Energy Exchange. Express yourself without saying a word.
and
Aglorev Entertainment. Mind, body, soul, energy, healing.
Welcome back to Aglorev Magazine Live, and welcome if it's your first time tuning in. This week, unfortunately, brings great loss to the entertainment world. Ozzy Osbourne and Malcolm Jamal Warner have moved on to a higher realm, but leave behind amazing legacies that have impacted millions of lives. Stars to stars. And the stars know. And those stars have a message for you, which I will reveal shortly. Have you ever dated multiple people at once? No? Then it's time to try. And I've got some helpful guidance to get you started. Pete Davidson is expecting his first child. Trump's relationship with Epstein remains under scrutiny, and people are demanding answers. Bachelor in Paradise welcomes the Goldens, proving that love is ageless. Love Island UK is still kicking off, and Big Brother USA starts a new season filled with burgeoning showmances. I have another date night movie recommendation. And then we're going to get to know each other better as I tell you about my personal pains and insecurities. And you laugh at me, but it's okay. I love it. Leo season started on Tuesday, the 22nd of July. We're moving from Cancer, a sign ruled by the moon, to Leo, a sign ruled by the sun. The moon represents our emotional receptivity, our emotional processing, our sensitivities, vulnerabilities, sometimes our worries and anxieties. The sun represents our core personality, our purpose, our destiny, our sovereignty. So Cancer opens us up to ourself, which can be transformative, but it exposes us to a lot of ups and downs within. Eventually, we find our footing, we find our confidence on those waves. The moon is introvert, the sun is extrovert. So in Leo, we turn the energy outward, focused on what we can accomplish, ready to take the world, but also wanting to reward ourselves, to enjoy our life, to have fun. Leo loves to hunt, but it also loves to chill out and bask in the sun. It's the king because it's willing to elevate its view of itself, to carry itself with the stature and dominance, exercising its sovereignty and freedom. Leo's power is that the more yourself you are, the more confident and faithful you are in your soul and your purpose and your destiny, the more willing the universe is to align with the vision and help you on your path. Leo is a fixed fire sign, so the goal is to find a way to feel good and then lock in that energy. Keep that energy right in the palm of your hand. Treat yourself to a great meal, a breathtaking view, a new custom fit, jewelry, an exciting experience. Whatever you can do to elevate yourself mentally and emotionally. Live your best life. Then use the power of the sun in Leo, fixed fire, to maintain that positive energy throughout Leo season. The sun is also in direct opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. So we have to find a balance between having a strong sense of purpose, a sense of self, of who we are and what we stand for and what we want in life. The things we can actually control in this world, and an openness to the randomness, the complexity and the diversity of the collective. The world outside of our own personal one. Essentially, The world has a lot to offer you to reach your goals in your ideal life. Because everything is crazy right now. Everything is transforming, rebranding, evolving, devolving. Breaking news every 2 minutes, new technology every week, new discoveries, etc. That's Pluto in Aquarius. And whilst it's unpredictable and chaotic, and something we sometimes want to ignore and avoid, some of those evolutions, innovations, and transformations might be exactly what we need for our own journey. The key is that strong sense of self with the Sun and Mercury in Leo, knowing what you want so that you can filter out all the BS and get exactly what you want and need out of this mad world we live in. The moon is traveling from Gemini to Virgo, a new moon in Leo being part of that, as well as transits of Venus, Jupiter, the Sun, and Mercury retrograde. This represents a lot of activity, a lot of movement, opportunity, conversations, connection, opinion, having to resolve polarities, as well as some victorious moments. Positive momentum building. Things might get busy, perhaps out of nowhere, but some great memories will be formed. There will be some really key opportunities, and they require you to be open to interaction, to connecting with people, and actively engaging with them. Be confident. Have a strong sense of self. The fixed identity of Leo can manifest anything, as it has the backing of the Sun. The worst thing you can do is let others drag you away from your purpose, or to completely avoid engaging with people, missing good opportunities along the way. Dating multiple people at once, often called roster dating, can be a way to explore different connections and discover what you're looking for in a relationship. However, it is crucial to approach it with honesty, respect, and clear communication. Have a sense of guidelines or rules to keep your wits about you. Rules for this type of dating could include being upfront with your intentions, respecting boundaries, practicing safe intercourse, and having a time limit for how long you explore multiple relationships. Be upfront about your intentions. It's important to let people know you're dating around and not exclusively committed to them. Established boundaries. Discuss what each person is comfortable with regarding physical intimacy and other aspects of the relationship. Practice safe sex. Prioritize your health and safety and be responsible about sexual activity. Keep your dates separate. Do not introduce dates to each other or share details about other dates. Set a time limit. Give yourself a reasonable time frame to assess the relationships and decide if you want to pursue exclusivity with one person. Don't make it a competition. Avoid comparing dates or making it a contest to see who likes you more. Communicate openly. If you develop feelings for someone, be honest and discuss your feelings. Respect the other's feelings. Be mindful of how your actions might affect the other. And be prepared to end relationships respectfully when necessary. Check in with yourself regularly. Evaluate your feelings and the status of each relationship. Be prepared for jealousy. Recognize that jealousy is a natural emotion and address it with your dates if it arises. Know your why. Figure out your reason for dating multiple people and what you hope to gain from it. And don't overshare. Keep details about your other dates private and focus on the person you're with at the moment. Now, when is it time to commit to one person? This could be different for everyone. You should stop dating multiple people when you establish a connection with someone you want to pursue on a serious level, or when you feel ready to focus on building a connection with just one person. It's also a good idea to stop when you feel like it's becoming emotionally taxing, or when your actions are no longer aligned with your intentions. When you're ready to commit, if you find yourself developing strong feelings for one person and want to explore a more serious relationship, it's time to consider ending your dates with others. When it feels like it's a chore, dating multiple people can be time-consuming and emotionally draining. If it starts to feel like a second job, it might be time to simplify and choose one or two connections to focus on. When your intention shifts, if you initially started dating multiple people to explore your options, but now you find yourself wanting a more serious commitment, it's time to reassess. Before physical intimacy, some people choose to stop dating other people after physical intimacy with one person as a way of showing respect and commitment. When you have the official conversation, the best way to transition from dating multiple people to focusing on one is to have an open and honest conversation with the person you want to pursue. In essence, dating multiple people can be a good way to explore your preferences and what you're looking for in a relationship. But it's important to be honest with yourself and others about your intentions and to recognize when it's time to move towards a more committed connection. But I cannot stress this enough. Become exclusive on your own. Remember that not everyone is going to react to things in the same way as you will. You may want to be exclusive, and they may not. If this is the case, there are decisions to be made. And if you would like an outside perspective, advice, or coaching, please contact me through my site. After a week filled with loss, I felt it was important to focus on life. Remember that you can always choose your focus. That is where your free will resides. No one can take your focus. You have to give it. So thank you for your attention. And let's take a moment to acknowledge the loss of Malcolm Jamal Warner and Ozzy Osbourne, two legends in their fields. Thank you for blessing us with your energy, your light, your art, and your labors of love. Those are the things that we are able to keep and celebrate you with still. Your legacies. Be at peace and come back soon if it is your calling. Now for the joyous story of life and love. Pete Davidson has opened up about becoming a father a week after Elsie Hewitt shared that she and he are expecting their first baby together. The Saturday Night Live alumni expressed his thoughts on becoming a father at the New York premiere of their home on July 22nd. He exclusively told E! News that I'm very lucky and very, very happy. Pete explained that he's looking forward to being able to take care of something and show it the childhood he didn't have. I assume we just say, try to give them what you didn't have and what you didn't like, not do it. Plus, he's got some great role models to turn to for advice, like fellow SNL dads Adam Sandler and Colin Jost. Everybody's just been super excited for me because they know it's been my dream, Pete told E! News. They all just have been like, you're going to be great at this. It's the best thing you'll ever do in your life. Sandra gave me great advice. It's been really nice that everyone's super excited. He continued, when you do something, when you do anything, you want everyone to be excited, especially having a child. Elsie revealed that she and Pete are preparing to grow their family when she posted a carousel of images on Instagram July 16th, including a sonogram of the little one, as well as a video clip showing Pete holding her hand as they look at their baby on an ultrasound monitor. Well, the model captioned, now everybody knows we had sex. And if everyone is as excited as Pete and Elsie, it's the comedian's mum, Amy Walters Davidson. Peter's mum is thrilled, a source told E! News that same day. She can't wait to be a grandma. The couple's big news came just 4 months after the pair sparked romance rumours whilst soaking up the sun together during a PDA-filled trip to Florida. Within a matter of days, the two confirmed the speculation and went to Instagram official with a subtle video shared to the Butt Kiss star's Instagram story. In the clip, the couple appeared to be watching the Rugrats opening credits before the 29-year-old panned the camera to her boyfriend walking into the room wearing nothing but a robe. And whilst Pete and Elsie, who are living together in New York, have since shared an occasional glimpse into their sweet romance, the 31-year-old has previously expressed how difficult it can be to maintain relationships in the public eye. Everyone is dating everyone. And it's Hollywood. Pete, who has been romantically linked to Madeline Klein, Chase Sui Wanda, Kim Kardashian, and Ariana Grande, told Page 6 in February, but because I'm ugly, they wrote about me. I was harassed for like 5 years, and it made my life a living hell. Indeed, the King of Staten Island star, whose next movie, The Home, debuts July 25th, expressed he would much rather be recognised for his creative and professional accomplishments. It's embarrassing because when you want people to write about your work, he continued, I was one of the youngest ever cast members on SNL, and all they got pushed to the side because of who I was dating. Pete Davidson and Elsie Hewitt debuted their romance on Instagram in March 2025 after the model shared a clip of the pair watching Rugrats, sending beautiful, positive, creative energy to the couple, wishing you the best of everything. Newly uncovered archived video footage and photos reveal fresh details about Donald Trump's past relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Photos from 1993 confirmed for the first time that Epstein attended Trump's 1993 wedding to Marla Maples. Epstein's attendance at the ceremony at the Plaza Hotel was not widely known until now. In addition, footage from the 1999 Victoria's Secret's fashion event in New York shows Trump and Epstein laughing and chatting together ahead of the runway event. CNN's K-File uncovered the old footage during a review of archival video of Trump at events in the 1990s and early 2000s. Trump and Epstein appeared together in at least one video among the limited archival footage reviewed. The new footage and photos, which have not been widely reported and predate any of Epstein's known legal issues, come amid renewed scrutiny of Trump's past relationship with Epstein. The Justice Department's recent decision not to release long-promised files related to Epstein has spurred outrage in some corners of Trump's MAGA movement, where people developed an expectation for bombshell revelations into Epstein's alleged co-conspirators. In a brief phone chat with CNN on the 22nd of July, President Trump was asked about the wedding photos and responded, "You've got to be kidding me," before repeatedly calling CNN fake news and hanging up. In a statement to CNN, White House Communications Director Stephen Chung said, "These are nothing more than out-of-context frame grabs of innocuous videos and pictures of widely attended events to disgustingly infer something nefarious. The fact is that the president kicked him out of his club for being a creep. This is nothing more than a continuation of the fake news story concocted by the Democrats and the liberal media." Allegations that Epstein sexually abused underage girls thus surfaced in 2005, leading to his arrest a year later. He was arrested again in 2019 on federal sex trafficking charges and later died in jail, fueling numerous conspiracy theories. The medical examiner ruled his death a suicide by hanging. Trump's relationship with Epstein dates back to the 1980s and included regular appearances at social events in Palm Beach and New York. No law enforcement authorities have ever accused Trump of wrongdoing in relationship to Epstein. The two had a falling out in the mid-2000s, according to the Washington Post, stemming from a dispute over a high-profile real estate deal in Palm Beach. Before then, photos and videos repeatedly showed the two were friendly. In 2019, NBC posted footage of a party showing Trump socializing with Epstein in 1992. A year later, in October 1993, high society photographer David Jones took photographs at the opening of the Harley-Davidson cafe in New York, capturing Trump and Epstein together. There was this guy there who struck me the way he was looking, and he gave me his card. It said, "Jeffrey Epstein, financial advisor," Jones recalled in an interview with CNN. Jones captured photos of Trump with his arm around his two young children as he stands next to Epstein, leaning on a railing. 2 months later, in December 1993, Jones was assigned by a media organization to photograph Trump's wedding. Amongst the photographs he took was one of Epstein entering the event. I must have recognized him going into the event, Jones recalled to CNN, adding that he only took selected photos of attendees he thought looked interesting. I wish now I took more of him with Trump, he said. I had the job of photographing the Trump wedding, so I stood with the press and photographed him. The image you have is from the contact sheet. The negatives were lost. Another photo captures Epstein at Trump's wedding. Part of Live's archives that was reviewed by CNN, it shows Epstein smiling in the background, his head just visible between other guests, and shock jock Howard Stern and Robin Leach of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, who were taking a group picture. Life's collection of dozens of photos of Trump's wedding are available online through Google Image and Shutterstock. And a CNN review of photos found multiple photos of Epstein. The 1999 fashion show wasn't the first Victoria's Secret's event that the pair attended together. 2 photos from Getty Images show Trump and Epstein appearing at a 1997 Angels Party in New York, 2 years before the footage uncovered by CNN. Epstein's presence at the 1999 fashion show also reflects his long-standing ties to Leslie Wexner, the billionaire founder of Victoria's Secret's pirate company. Epstein managed Wexner's finances from 1987 to around 2007. The two later severed ties, and Wexner has said he was unaware of the alleged crimes during their association in the 2000s. Trump was quoted in the New York Magazine profile of Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein, international money man of mystery, describing him as a terrific guy, saying he's known Epstein for 15 years. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, as many of them are on their younger side, Trump said. Trump flew on Epstein's jets between Palm Beach and New York at least 7 times, according to flight logs. In his 2004 book, How to Get Rich, Trump wrote about taking a call from a man named the Mysterious Jeffrey. As mysterious as Jeffrey is, he is one of the few people I know who can get by on just a first name. My staff never asks for a last name. In his case, which is in a way put him up there with Elvis, Trump wrote. It's unclear if the Mysterious Jeffrey is Epstein, and White House did not address it in a comment to CNN. Images published in the Palm Beach Post in 2000 also showed Trump, Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year prison sentence for sex trafficking, and Prince Andrew, in attendance at a charity fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago. Last week, the Wall Street Journal reported on a birthday message sent bearing Trump's name for Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003. According to the journal, it contained an outline of a naked woman and a typed note that ended with the line, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Following the report, the Trump administration pledged to release grand jury materials related to Epstein. The federal judge overseeing Maxwell's case set a deadline for the Justice Department to provide information so he can determine whether to unseal the transcripts. The Department of Justice also said that it has reached out to Maxwell. for a meeting amid backlash over the administration's handling of files related to Epstein. Maxwell's attorney told CNN that they are in discussion with the government on the matter. Ghislaine will always testify truthfully. We are grateful to President Trump for his commitment to uncovering the truth in this case. Attorney David Oscar Marcus said, Trump has denied authoring the note and calling the report false. On Friday, he sued the newspaper for libel in federal court in Florida.
This week in Bachelor in Paradise is a little bit out of control as we welcome the Goldens. And it's great that we welcome the Goldens because the Goldens may have saved the day. Now the Goldens unfortunately have a little bit of a underdog because they lost one of their men because one of their women, April, kept Jonathan, which I'm glad because Jonathan may end up with Kat because Dale is on the DL and Kat just doesn't realise he doesn't like women. He thinks of women as a commodity, as a property, as a control, as something he chats down to. Like, he's conquered his business, he's made his money, now he fancies a family. He wants to make more lads. And I don't want to scare you women, but sometimes there are men out there that are on the DL that just want a woman to bring more men into the world. Unfortunately, they know that the only way to get more men is through a woman. So you will have these men find these pick-me-show, low energy and hurt and bruised, abandoned, and will take anything, and they will impregnate them and they will keep trying to get more lads. I'm sorry, but that is the reality. So this is why you need to protect yourself, and this is why I'm here to educate you on what to look for. Dale is one of those. He is only looking at Kat for breeding purposes. She was the best looking one. If he had found her the prior season, he may not have picked her. She looks her best. She's at her best. She is what an energy vampire, lavender, undisguised DL man will go for. And hopefully she can get out of it before he drains her. Because that is what he is setting her up for. We'll see if she starts to beg for his attention and if she gives him whatever he wants when he starts to act poorly and stroppy and all that stuff. But thank goodness April saved Jonathan, because hopefully Kat wakes up and Jonathan may be the one to save her. But we will also see if any more people are coming in. Now, Dale. I don't know what to say about him. I thought maybe he could be there for the right reasons, and to him he is probably there for the right reasons, but to a woman who is looking for a connection and a relationship and somebody to care about her, he is not. He is looking for property, someone to breed with, and someone to add to his perfect life collection, and can't just look the part. But anyway, then we have Bailey and Jeremy, which is ridiculous because Jeremy crashed out when Bailey went on that date, even though he did the same thing. He'd even tried to go as far as to try to get the other girl to come back, not even caring what it did to Bailey. And she does not know this. She is carrying on with this man, kissing this man and thinking everything is okay. And this is a warning, ladies, that sometimes men will act like things are okay, only to look for ways to sabotage you or drain your energy or get whatever it is that is advantageous to them. So please be careful. after you have upset a man, depending on the relationship, depending on how new it is, depending on what he's invested in you already, there are all a lot of factors. But be careful of resentment from a man. They say a woman scorned, but a man with resentment, please be careful. Guard yourself. They could unalive you. It could be your last. So be careful when you hurt a man. Be careful when you see signs of resentment. Be careful when you see any sort of competition or any of that. There's a way you have to do it. Then you have Parisa and Brian. Loads of red flag Brian. Like, we already knew by the way he picked Parisa. It's all in the foundation. It's all in how things started. They were not really honest. And if you truly care about somebody, yes, you can pick her over the connection you're with. But the foundation for why he chose her was very superficial. It was not based on a connection, on feelings or anything like that, which means it will be easy for him to turn over again. Brian is a pretender. He is a player. He does what someone wants in the moment, and he's fickle. He doesn't lack. He doesn't really seem to show commitment, at least not to anyone that's been there yet. And no one is calling him on it in the way that he needs to be. It's all being done in the wrong ways. So we will see how that unfolds. We will see if Parisa is able to keep his attention. And even if she does keep his attention, get him to be serious, because they're looking for an engagement at the end, and none of these men are worthy of it. The only one is Jonathan, and he doesn't have anyone. It's always, unfortunately, the ones that are ready and that are the best examples that are the ones that don't get it. And it's, a lot of it might be energy, because they crave it so much, they push it away. Whereas if you don't care about it, it just gets you. So let that be a lesson. Stay balanced. Stay detached. No, be aware but don't care. Know it, focus on it, but don't crave it. You have to. There's just a sense of knowing. When you know you have something, you don't have to stress over it. You just, because you know it's there. It's like that. Without working with you one-on-one, it's hard to kind of tell you how to gauge your own energy. But yeah, that's kind of how you have to be. So let's watch them and see what moves they make, and hopefully they give us more things to chat about, so they can tell you to watch out and be better and do it better in your life. So that's the advantage of reality television, is being able to watch from a safe distance the mistakes of others, so that you don't create those mistakes in your own life, and that you can see an example of the things that could happen if you make the wrong choices. So thank you for tuning in, and let's see what happens next week. And maybe there will be a real romantic age different couple. That would be cute, but we'll see what happens. Thank you. Cheers.
Love Island UK does not disappoint. We are still having a little bit of fallout from Casa Amor. A lot is going down. Everything is basically flipped over its side. A lot of dramatic things have come out. Emma, Harry's ex, has shown her true colours. She has admitted that she is going... they are going to eventually get together, that they are destined for that. She vaguely says may not be now, just in case he doesn't fancy her back, but she's thrown that out there, so that's thrown a spanner in the works. Helena is all wound up about that, because she's also telling Helen now that she shouldn't put up with this behaviour, which she shouldn't. So essentially Emma is the better match for him, and she knows what's better for him, and he probably fancies her more. He even said that he was more attracted to her. However, we'll see what happens. because he has flip-flopped so much. He may just try to save face for being on telly. However, he has shown that he does not have that sort of a personality. He's just all in and let's just see what happens type of a person. So who knows, he actually might finish the show out with Emma. And what an interesting finale that would be if they were to make it. Would the public support that? Would they be loyal to Helena, which I don't know how much loyalty she's inspiring, to be honest, because she is she's with everyone, she's snogging everyone, so why should we support her with Harry, to be quite honest? But in the irony of that situation, Helena is also starting to wake up because of the movie night she saw Harry bragging about how he gets away with everything. So now she's realizing, I look like a fool and he's doing that to me. So that is the advantage of reality television, is because you're allowed to see lads chat from an outside perspective and realize that that's actually how they chat in real life, only we are not privy to it. So that is the advantage of reality television, so that you are able to see both sides. Now, of course, it is a more extreme example. Harrison left, just like Tony said, he is a pussy. Tony's edit movie night was iconic. She was the best moments, so real, so raw. Everyone loved her. I am like, with each episode I fall more in love with her. She is my favourite. Even her accent is cute. Unfortunately, my two favourites are having such a horrible time, but ironically my favourite couple are the pair of them. Shakira and Tony are actually my favourite couple. They are supportive of each other, they are so sweet to each other, they back each other up, they go to the lad and they tell them off. They are able to be vulnerable with each other, and they are supporting the idea of women communities where they have the women communities together and they just take the strongest lad and the lad breeds among them. That's actually what they do in nature. Everyone says, oh yeah, you know, the king is going around and he's with all the women. No, it's actually, they kill off all the men and they keep the strongest one, and it's the women pride, it's the women community. But I digress. The thing is, my favourite couple is Shakira and Tony. They are the healthiest, but unfortunately they even admit and recognise that in that environment they cannot abide by their morals and values, because they are forced to confront these people every day and they are forced to continually be drawn to these people. So that in itself tells you something. If you are addicted to someone, if you have feelings for someone and you need to stop it, cut off all interactions, social media, telephone, even the smallest bit, cut it off until you starve that energy, break that bond, that energetic cord, release it, all of those things, cleansings. Make sure you get them out of your system. And if you don't have to, it's not necessary for you to return to them, to be quite honest. But if you have to, if there's something you share like children or property or the business, etc., where you need to continue to deal with this person, then there are ways that you can deal with them. But in the beginning, you need to purge yourself of their energy, which unfortunately they are not able to do. But they are my favourite couple, Tony and Shakira, and I wish we could get them some healthy fellas in there, because all of them are lads and they're ridiculous and they're players and they're pretenders, and it's ridiculous. The only one who's not a player pretender is having the worst time, and it's Benji, my little Benji. He unfortunately is a victim of a siren who wanted to come in for Dijon and faked a relationship with Benji, which he did not deserve, that poor love. I wish they would find someone real for him as well, so he can experience something. And then you have Dijon, who's having all of these experiences, and like I said, he has a harem mentality. He keeps Meg at the top, but he keeps his options open. Even though he said he's closed them off, he keeps throwing that little spanner in there. It's like, you know, I can take it back. These fellas, like, it's ridiculous. Like, none of them are showing healthy examples of men and how they treat you and court you and the standards that you should put up with. Everything they're showing you, do not allow any of that. Do not snog that quickly. Do not
there are so many red flags in there, but yeah, the Dijon and Meg, and then him still wanting to explore after coming with from Casa, because that was essentially the cut-off point of what he was holding out for was Casa. Then he found this girl, brought her back, well actually Benji brought her back, and then he's still carrying on. And yet Meg continues to entertain this, and she still allows him to close things off with her. So you tell me, ladies, do you think that's a good idea? Now, if she's playing for the money, yes. If she's playing for the money, yes. They have been together since the beginning. On paper, they have the longevity, they're sort of, you know, it's fiery, etc. They've gone through challenges. For the money, yes. In real life, in romance, in your heart, in your life, no. Do not put up with any of that. The first sign that you see that he's going to play with you, run. Because they show you who they are. Run. That is not something that you want to be entertaining. Even if you are not looking for marriage or longevity, you can have healthy long-term relationships without marriage being the goal. So you do not have to put up with that behavior regardless of what type of relationship you're looking for. Now, if you are interested in polyamory, that's a whole other topic, but those are things that you agree upon. Those are not things that you hide from each other. Those are not things that you have to be stressed over. The main thing is you want your internal environment, your nervous system, your energy to be calm and balanced. Anything that gets in the way of that, you need to get rid of. Whether it be a man, whether it be a job, whether it be anything, sometimes even your children. And you may come at me for that, but some children will come out and destroy the parents, so that's all I'm going to say on that. And that's why I've made the decisions that I've had. But, you know, it is what it is. Always protect yourself, no matter how important that person is. And the main person that women are unalived by is by their partners. So also understand that you're taking that risk by connecting your life to that person, that could be the person that could end everything for you. Keep that in mind. Okay? So, it's fun, yes. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. It's great and it's exhilarating. Under the right circumstances, protected circumstances, circumstances where you do not have to worry about being totally devastated. Yes, you're going to get hurt sometimes, but give yourself the best chance of being able to recover from it. Give yourself the best chance of being able to enjoy it for a long time. Give yourself the best chance of having a healthy, beautiful, wonderful memories that you can keep if the relationship were to end. Just always think of giving yourself the best chance without hurting the other person. Look out for yourself, but don't hurt them, but also put yourself first. There's a balance. Anyway, back to Love Island. All I really want, like, Tommy who? Tommy is basically irrelevant at this point. I thought he was going to be the dark horse. He doesn't really have a lot of spice. You can be a good guy and still have spice. You can, you know, plan dates, do something, grand gestures, do something cute, do something sweet. He just fades into the background and it's like, oh, I'm loyal here, I'm here. So, I mean, he's not really, that's kind of a red flag as well. Too complacent, too, you know, you need them to try. You need them to give effort. You need them to invest in you. If they're not, so it's easy, one, to lose them, and you're continuing to get emotionally attached to them and they are not, so you're going to get hurt more. So take a note of it. It's not always good to have the good guy, because sometimes the good guy is just too nice to leave, and he'll keep stringing you along until the one that makes him put in the effort and want to do those things comes along, and then you don't even realize something was missing because he hasn't told you. Because a lot of times they don't really tell you. You have to just know the signs, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to teach you these signs, to guide you so you know what to look for, so you can diagnose a healthy relationship, to know without having those chats and conversations about what we are and all those things. You know based on action. There are always signs, always. And that is my mission, to help you protect yourself, recognize these signs, diagnose these signs, avoid these signs, and possibly work with these signs, or just leave. And if you need help with that, aside from these videos, please contact me through my website. I am always there for you. Big Brother has once again returned on its 27th season. Big Brother is the mother of reality shows. It is one of, if not my favourite reality show. What started my admiration and thirst for reality and being a voyeur and watching the competitions and the things that they go through. Big Brother actually has more marriages and families and children than the Bachelor Nation franchise. Very few people know that. The thing about the high pressure situation of being closed off from the world, away from distractions, and a team like common goal causes you to bond in such a way that you know you can carry on in life together. And actually it makes sense, more so than the actual dating reality shows. The dating reality shows don't give you that constant time together. They don't have shut off the distractions. They have you competing with other people, lowering your value and accepting less. Whereas Big Brother, you're forming common bonds, teams, like alliances. The vasopressin and the endorphins and the dopamine and all of that is rushing. You're saving each other, you're fighting for each other, you're spending your quiet time together. There's no telly, there's no internet, there's nothing to distract you. All you have is getting to know each other. Downtime, all you do is get to know each other, and you can't escape. So essentially, you have to get on with each other. You have to trust each other. You are put in situations where you rely on each other, and that is what forms the bonds of love. I put air quotes on love because the idea and the concept of love is different for everyone, and the reality of love is different. So if two people align on the same idea of what love is, it can work. If they do not, it cannot work. That's the basic bottom line. Whether romantic love actually exists. Love in family is one thing. Romantic love of somebody that you choose, whether that actually exists, is up for debate. I know, being a matchmaker, that is a controversial topic. However, just like in a relationship, as long as you agree upon religion, as long as you agree upon family styles, as long as you agree upon certain things, it's a similar thing with love. If you have a similar idea of what love is, some people believe in sacrificial love, some people believe in romantic love, beauty and grand gestures, etc., etc. If you have people that have the same idea, commonality and wavelength, frequency, then that can work. So that being said, soulmates, love, all of that frequency does exist. And if you tap into that and you find someone who, like Rachel and Brendan, I love them, they are amazing, and I've watched them on every season that they've been on, and she's on there now by herself, and that was the surprise guest, and that was amazing. And anyway, Big Brother has such a legacy that I had to substitute this for the Love Island USA, and because of the fact that it does create the relationship, so it actually is more essential than the dating shows. So that being said, the premise of Big Brother is they shut these people in a house, and then each week they evict one, and they have competitions to get power, whether to nominate, whether to veto, whether to get luxury prizes, etc. And alliances are formed, backstabbing, people lie to each other as expected. They have a diary room where you hear the real truth of what they are feeling and thinking, and then you get to watch what they're actually doing in the house. Now, if you are lucky, you have one person that you can trust and fight the world against, which it mirrors society and how we are with each other, which you see every season. Exactly how society works. You will see them grouped together. You'll see the popular kids, you will see the outcasts, etc. And it mirrors society, and it's an amazing social experiment. And that is why I wanted to do this segment, because the relationships you see immediately, like day one, the people with the similar frequencies attract to each other. The showmances or romances I already saw when they walked in. You could see it in their wavelength. They are like attract like, and even though they say opposites attract, your frequency will attract the frequency. You feel comfortable, you don't feel out of place, you don't feel judged if you feel someone who is from a similar background as you. Then you have some mismatch ones, because sometimes you'll have people that will think that they are, but you don't. So we are seeing that a little bit. So the ones that matched, which I know will definitely be, I think we have Lauren and Zach. They are probably the 9 and above frequency. Then we have Kelly and Vince. They're a little bit of the oddball. They're a little bit more of that 7.5, 8 frequency. And then we have Catherine and Riley. She is a little bit out of his league, but they still, because she is nice, we can, you know, she's more up on that 7, 8, but he's kind of that 5, 6. If his personality, he can punch up. He can go up in his weight class. But that's the only one that may not work, or it's going to be amazing, because he is really into her and he will fight for her, and those relationships work really well when the fella is more into the woman. So Catherine and Riley, if she goes with being stuck in the house with him and ends up being in that what he is picks up what he's putting down, that could actually be the strongest one. Or it's not going to work at all because she's out of his league. Now Lauren and Zach, because they are in that 9, 10, they are perfection, they are the beautiful ones. They are going to get targeted the first, because they are more threatening, because you can't have everything. You can't have beauty, intelligence, and get the girl and get the money, although Mickey did that one season. But anyway, they will be targeted the hardest. And to be honest, I don't believe, no shade, the intelligence is 100% there to get them through, to be able to get all the competitions, to get them to the end. So their romance may be short-lived. Now, then we have Kelly and Vince. If they were to forge something, they are in the middle, so they're not that threatening. They could appear to be friends. People would not get that they are a threat until much later. They can fly under the radar. So Kelly and Vince, if they play it right, also because they pulled off her, he put her up on the block the first week, because she knew that it would keep eyes off of them working together, because they wouldn't think they were working together because he put her on the block. That was genius. That took balls from a girl. Yeah, that girl balls. Yes, girl bollocks were in play there, and she pulled it off. So after the first week, based on relationships and the game, Vince and Kelly are at the top. They could go the furthest if they keep up what they're doing, and yeah. And if there's a romance that sparks, I'm all for that. Catherine and Riley, if he's so into her, if she allows herself to go for his personality, which hopefully that can do something. Lauren and Zach, they're all into each other. It's going to be puppy love. They're not going to be able to deny that for very long, even though they say they want to. They're beautiful people. It's just going to happen. They're stuck in a place together. And yeah, that's going to happen. Now, whether or not he can protect her, or her social game is strong enough to protect him, remains to be seen. If they can protect each other, then they actually have the potential to be the strongest, because that physical connection is fire. The emotional and team working will be fire. They will be like Rachel and Brendan type of relationship, and they are the best couple aside from Jeff. And anyway, but yes, so first week Big Brother, we have 3 potential showmances. So far, we will see how if they have healthy romantic interactions. Oh, and then there's the underdog, the ones that Eva and Keanu. Keanu fancies Eva, but Eva is irritated by Keanu. If something happens where he and this is how men get you, if something happens where she is emotionally vulnerable and he protects her. There's a possibility there because she doesn't know it yet. Because it's an interesting thing. The ones who irritate you the most actually have the potential to get into your heart the easiest. So be careful, ladies. Be careful. You know that friend that you hated, and all of a sudden by the end of the year you're best mates? Same thing. That frequency, that emotion, that intensity, it can go both ways. So be careful about that. If you detest somebody, be careful. Unless, of course, you're with them, then they give you the ick. But again, sometimes it could go back the other way again. But yes, so yeah, 4 potential showmances, all in different. We have Zach and Lauren that are in the 9 and above. We have Kelly and Vince, which are like 7 8s. We have Catherine and Riley, who are mismatched because Catherine is more of an 8, Riley is more of a 5 6. Then we have Eva and Kanu, which are probably around that 6 7. They're probably the lowest, but they are not exactly. He fancies her, but she doesn't. She finds him annoying. So we'll see how they turn around. But all in all, I am so excited to see the season of Big Brother. I'm excited that they brought Rachel back. I'm excited to see her as a mum and playing by herself. This is looking to be a great season of Big Brother. They finally have some beautiful people back in the house, and I'm here for it. So thank you, Big Brother. We'll be tuning in, and thank you for keeping it interesting. It is crazy that you have 3 nominees though. That could get stressful and that creates a lot of enemies, but that is the idea. So yes, let's watch these relationships blossom and let's see how they treat each other and just chat about it. This week's movie recommendation is The Fountain of Youth from Apple TV. Again, Apple TV has quality films, quality actors. Fountain of Youth is basically a film that brings back that youthful, quest, that film, similar to like The Goonies or like Indiana Jones, where you're kind of going after that mystical, medieval, almost fable type of a quest, and it has Natalie Portman, Eliza Gonzalez, and John Krasinski. A great cast. There's a little bit of a love interest in there. There's a little bit of comedy. There's some action. It is somewhat family friendly. There's no crimson liquid. There's no adult content or themes of that nature. There's a little bit of sweet romance. It is not the most eloquently driven script or fast-paced plot. It is entertaining. It is not necessarily thought-provoking, although there are some very good elements that, if you follow spirituality and religion, they do kind of give you a little bit of something to think about. It is basically for entertainment. Little bit of special effects, a little bit of sci-fi. Not it does have a little bit more of an older type of cinematic-esque feeling to it. It is a cute film. It is something entertaining to watch. So that is my this week's recommendation. If I were to rate it on a scale of 5, I would give it a 3.8. We'll give it a 3.8. Yeah, so it's good, great for date night. Not going to necessarily emote a lot of feelings from you, but it is fun and entertaining, and I'm still looking for those gems like The Gorge, and I know I keep bringing that up because it just moved me on a lot of levels, and hopefully it did the same for you. Then maybe we have similar tastes in films. But yeah, I'm going to keep looking, and I'll keep bringing you things to entertain you and give you something to watch when you're with your SP, and hopefully you actually watch it. But if not, it's not that big of a deal, because only the gorge pay attention, but these are for entertainment. So yeah, have fun on date night.
If you are sensitive, please do not watch any further. If you like to laugh, put your hands together in welcoming Varoga Lalani to the stage.
I get loads of unsolicited phallus photos in my DMs. That's posh for dick pic. I like to keep things classy. It's the resume for F-boys.
Oh yeah.
And because I get so many, I've become a connoisseur. I get into my casting mode. Face the camera and state your name. Do you have any special tricks or skills?
Oh yeah.
Try it again, but slower. More barbaric, please. Are you available for all of the time needed? And you have your own transport? Do you agree to the deferred payment with possible residuals? You assume all risks. There's no hazard pay.
No way!
And I own all rights to all the images used. Okay, I'm still reviewing other candidates. I'll get back to you within the next few days or so, but for now, you can just eat it.
Oh yeah.
What? You want a career, don't you?
Yes. Oh yeah.
And check out the latest from Aglorev Entertainment for all of your level up needs.